Hello everyone, welcome to our live session with one of Schneider Electric Smart Factory in Vaudreuil in France, which was appointed as Sustainability Lighthouse by World Economic Forum. I have together with me Virginia Rigaudot. Hi Virginia, comment vas-tu?
Je vais bien, Agatha. Et toi?
And Virginia will be our host today. She will show us around and then we'll answer your questions. In your hands, Virginia. Hello.
Thank you, Agatha. It's a pleasure to be with you from the Vaudreuil factory in France. Let me introduce myself. I'm Virginie Rigaudot, and I'm working in the digital transformation of this factory, and we have a specific role in sustainability for plants inside my organization. My role is to ensure that the transformation project makes sense for people in my factory and supports sustainability. Here we manufacture contactors like this one from Thesis series, and this is a high frequency and automated production. We have some manual production, and we also have process manufacturing with the production of contacts that are necessary into electrical products. I would like to start this session with you with a pre-recorded tour on our factory floor that will be focused in our contact production. You will be able to see an illustration of smart initiatives implemented in this production sector and the overall impact on sustainability. Have a great overview and see you just after this video.
We are entering a production sector where we are manufacturing contacts, and these contacts need three departments to produce. We have a tips manufacturing part, we have a chemical engineering part to make the silver powder, and we have a brazing part to braze on copper. And here we have one operator that is working here, launching the batch of production for silver powder. And Patrick is just right now completing the short interval meeting preparation. So he's putting the priorities, he's putting the actions that we have to take, and he is coordinated with the overshift that will work here as we are working in free shift plus weekend. We are in this area in the tips manufacturing part. So tips, as you can see, is this circle. Silver tips are brazed on copper, so this part. And to make this tip, we need a chemical engineering department, and we have connected our department in order to be able to better monitor our production, better monitor the deviation that we can have on our manufacturing process. So we have two lines, and we are going to cross the sector. What is the functioning of this sector before the transformation? We have to mix all the ingredients, and we still have to mix ingredients, to put also sodium to generate a chemical reaction. And at the end of the production, we need to decrease as much as possible the level of sodium to get a rate under 200 ppm. So that's really important to get this level of sodium rate in order to deliver the good quality to our customers. And before, we had to send samples to laboratory in order to check if the quality was good or not, without any possibility of reaction. Now, with the connection of data, we are able, through conductivity sensor, to get, considering this is the image of sodium, to get the sodium rate washing cycle by washing cycle, because we need to wash our production in order to decrease at a maximum the rate of sodium at the end of production. And we see all the washing cycles, and we see how sodium rate is decreasing. So our intelligence is able to send alerts when there is a deviation along the process. So it helps us to better monitor our production and to be sure that we are doing the good level of quality expected. Here we have our zero water rejection process this water is used in our production of silver powder to wash all the production, and this is a closed loop circuit. We have implemented this station in 2015, so we were worrying about sustainability since a long time, and we have decreased, thanks to this station, the quantity of water we use. And what we have done additionally is that we have connected our station to an intelligence, so you can see all the data that we collect and that is sent to this intelligence, and we are able to calculate what we call an anomaly score, putting in parallel all the data we know when we will have an issue. This anomaly score, when it is reaching 80, will send an alert to people in order for them to react and prevent that the formula of water becomes not good. So this is a strong impact that we have made on our sustainability. And I would say at the end, this sustainability impact that we have through digital technology implemented is a good argument for us to better operate change management and better involve people in all this digital transformation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much for the tour. And before I will move on with a Q&A question and give voice to the audience, I have one question which is frequently asked by our customers, Virginia. This is about the people. How did you make your team work together, and how did you ensure that all team in factory felt as a part of process?
Agatha, it has been an intense journey since we started our transformation. And the truth is that we have had many periods with different initiatives, always capitalizing on our previous experience and being in continuous improvement. At the beginning, everything was new. We were experimenting new technologies, and we understood that it was key to have time for this experimentation and for a good understanding of their usage and value. Then after that, we decided to involve everyone in what we called Smart Friday events, a kind of sessions where people in mixed group, we had operators, setters, support functions, managers, and all those people could discover and start to imagine what could be tried in our plant. We set regular challenges of this type, motivating people to first win the challenge, of course, and provide ideas that we collected and classified according to the easiness of implementation, speed of execution, and benefit. This action, mixed to our global transformation program governance, helped to find the right balance in factory with a clear direction delivered by our corporate team and the necessary creativity of people. At the Vaudreuil level, we have professionalized little by little the way to do it. We have now a 24 champions network for a factory of 360 people, roughly, composed by support functions and production people up to operators, and dealing for each one with one topic and challenge to inform, to train, and to empower their own colleagues. They are challenged for that. This is part of their role and in parallel of their everyday work with allocated time agreed with managers. And this is still what we manage today. A structured smart architecture is efficient when you have a global governance and generate standardization, while at the same time, factories have the required level of autonomy, allowing people having accurate machine knowledge to manage locally their own use cases, involving everyone in the plant. Digital transformation is everyone's business, and the balance between governance and field factories is key to ensure success.
Thank you so much for your good advices. I think they are really valuable. And if anyone has any question?
For those of us who have just joined, those of you who have just joined, we are live with our Schneider Electric Smart Factory, a sustainability lighthouse in France. And Ginny is here to answer your questions. Does anyone have any questions?
if everybody is thinking still, I have another one, which is frequently asked by our customers. Virginia, what lessons did you learn about the change management?
Many lessons, Agatha, and we are still learning every day. That's the truth. I can share some of those lessons that we have and we take into account. First thing, don't speak with technical words. Popularize the message, make them accessible for everyone. It will enhance trust and desire to adapt the technology and the solution. And that brings me to tell you that one thing is really key. It's the communication. Build a communication plan, deliver visual communication without too much information, selecting the necessary information, and use proximity with people in parallel. I would add also that do not focus on technology, but on the use case. And what is the issue, what is the need, what is the benefit that we look for? We are not implementing technology for technology, but really bringing added value to people to deliver performance, to deliver quality, and to deliver sustainability. We can work in expanded network, and I think that's an important point. Transformation, I told you, that's everyone business. Detect your facilitators in the plant, having enough leadership to diffuse solutions and to empower people. And lastly, one important thing I would like also to underline, valorize and recognize people in their action to deliver an efficient transformation and trust your people.
That's true, that the people empowerment is so crucial in digital transformation process. Has anyone any question to Virginia? Yes?
Good afternoon. Suresh from Micronova here, from India. How do you evaluate what is the kind of change you want to bring in the communication each and every year? There is a change, there is an evolution in the communication. How do you evaluate what is the kind of change you want to bring in the communication every year?
I think that's the schedule and the steps in communication that you do, and the way you deliver this communication. I spoke at the beginning about one initiative that we had, the Smart Friday event. At the right beginning, when we started, we have made specific sessions where I am today in our innovation hub. We were inviting people to explain before the transformation what we were about to do in the factory. So the way we have advised people was the beginning of the way we were empowered them. You know, they felt part of our process really at that time. And that was key in the successive periods to be sure that we still have this link by doing this global communication little by little, but also having a kind of proximity, not always having a formal communication, but also with people from smart team, from management, be able to have this informal communication with them. And I think really that's key. I understand in your question that you want to know how we measure the effectiveness of our communication. Frankly speaking, we measure it with the volunteer of people to take some topics. And I think the really good thing that we have in Le Vaudreuil is that we have champions like operators, some operators that are using technology. We can speak about Patrick Moget in the video you saw. Patrick Moget is using some technology, some EcoStruxure tools to evaluate the temperature at some critical points of his production, and he knows that there is a benefit that is brought through the technology. And he has a strong impact on his colleagues on the way to use it and the benefits that it can bring. Because if Patrick knows well how to use this solution, he will better monitor the production and he will have less stress when he will start the production, because this is many hours of production. So I think that this kind of structuration, organization, and communication really help to convince most of our people to be part of the process, to be empowered by our transformation.
Has anyone any question?
Yeah, hello. Just a question. Apart from the, let's say, EcoStruxure software you apply in your daily operations, are you applying in the factory? Do you apply some improvement methodologies such as Lean or Six Sigma in the production process, or?
Of course. Yes, of course. Our lean manufacturing process is our conductor line, because we have started with lean since many times in Schneider Electric, and all the new solutions that we have implemented in terms of digital have been little by little be incorporated into our lean process. Everywhere. I can illustrate with what you saw, the digital interval short meeting. This is something that we coach every day. All the managers and some specific people coach this way to do it. And we ensure with people that we are matching all our lean process. So our lean process in Schneider Electric is called Schneider Performance System, but this is what drives our performance using all the benefits of digital technologies coming from EcoStruxure and Aveva. But this is really the mix of a methodology brought with the lean. You were mentioning Six Sigma. I can tell you that we regularly do Kaizen. We do Kaikaku to still boost our continuous improvement, because once you have implemented the digital solution, Lean brings over inputs that make you in a position to improve the digital solution also you have implemented. And this is a job that we do with people.
Another question.
At the final stage of testing, how do you introduce your digital transformation for the method?
For finance people, huh? You mean for finance people?
Final stage of testing.
So
How do you introduce digital transformation?
When we have started our digital transformation and selected our use cases, of course, we were seeing the benefits and the return on investment. And in this step, we include, at the local level, we include our finance department to validate if we were matching the rules on return on investment. Knowing that everything is not possible to measure effectively with finance. We have quality topics as an illustration. We know that we need to digitize, but not always so easy to make the link with finance return on investment. We know that we have it, and we know that that's necessary. But however, that's not always easy to calculate. So I can tell you that each digital solution that has been implemented in this factory is always validated by our local financial people to be sure that we are also matching the corporate rules that we have inside our company.
I think that's all. Thank you so much, Virginie, for your time and for the session. And thank you so much for your participation. I invite you to the booth to discuss our offers and solutions. Thank you so much.